Hello, welcome back to an African American man's journey through prostate cancer. I've lost track of videos. Hadn't made one in a few days because I'm not gonna lie, gonna be honest, been a little bit down. I got my catheter out on July the 10th, and then on I think July 14th, I ended up having to go back to the hospital because I had chills and I had temperature. Ended up going to the emergency room. The emergency room found out that I had what they thought was some kind of cyst or abscess growing. Come to find out, there was a pocket of urine that was being formed, and where my bladder and my urethra meet, it was leaking. And that pocket of urine was starting to develop some bacteria. I have since learned that, I guess by my share of luck, good luck, bad luck, whatever it may be, that this sometimes happens. From what I learned from my doctor, my prostate was rather large, and for some reason it just didn't, flesh or material around prostate, again, you're not gonna get a whole lot of words from me that are, from a medical terminology, because I don't know medical terminology, so I'm just gonna say the flesh, the skin, or whatever around the prostate and urethra did not stay connected. And so unfortunately, I had to put my prostate back in, my catheter back in. So I now have my friend, who I call PC for pea catcher, trying to have a little bit of humor because it was a setback. I ended up staying 4 days in the hospital trying to fight the infection and deal with the leak. After several tests, I was able to come home on Saturday, which I think, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, somewhere around there, I was able to come home. I still have my catheter in. Now will be a total, I think today, of 23 days with a catheter. I am not going to lie, I'm trying to have good spirits. I'm trying to stay positive and uplifted, and I hear it all, hey, no more cancer, great, but I start school on August the 10th, and I do not want to start school with a catheter still in. So hopefully by then, I did have to have another drain tube put in as well. I didn't mention that because where the urine was collecting, of course, they wanted to get rid of all that so that they could also get rid of the infection. I got that drain tube pulled out on last Friday, but I still have my catheter. Still moving forward, but just wanted to give an update because I haven't made a video in quite a while. I did notice after getting the drain tube removed that the bladder spasms picked up tremendously. It wasn't a whole lot I could do about it, but they are now back under control. I am still at home. I'm still pushing forward, trying to be ready for first day of school. First day of school for me is August the 10th, but I do not want to start school with this catheter still in. So kind of at a crossroads, trying to figure out what am I going to do when it comes time to start school. Just want to get back to the road. Here's the setback. I was starting to have a little bit of control of, the incontinence was under control, and then I had to get the drain tube, not the drain tube, but the catheter put back in. I did not know. I thought they was gonna put me to sleep for that, but little did I know, when they put that catheter back in, I was wide awake, happened right there in the bed at the hospital. But yes, I am ready to move forward. I'm ready to get this catheter out, but unfortunately, I cannot get it out until after I have I think it's called a cystogram, to make sure that there's no more leakage. I tried to get that pushed to this week, but of course, my doctor informed me we want to take our time to make sure that it's healed, because the last thing we want to do is to go back in and have it surgically repaired. I'd rather it repair on its own. But yes, my psyche has taken a hit. There's a certain point that I thought I would be at this moment that I am not, but it just goes to show you our plans and his plans are completely different. So I'm learning to deal with that and still learning how to adjust and deal with my new normal. I thought at this time I would be talking about the sexual function of what's going on with my prostatectomy, but of course I haven't even reached that point yet because I still have my catheter in. So just wanted to drop by, do another video. Hopefully this will help someone. If you do happen to have a prostatectomy and you start to have chills, you start to get to a point where you just cannot seem to get warm, that is a sign that something is wrong. I did not take it serious because in the first 2 weeks, after the surgery, I just assumed I was still dealing with anesthesia, and that's why I was having chills. Well, 2 weeks later, having chills, and when my wife found out I was having chills and I let the doctor's office know I was having chills, they wanted me to take my temperature. Again, I didn't take it serious. I thought that was my body still fighting the surgery and trying to recover. Well, apparently it was not, because my wife and the doctor's office both said get to the emergency room, which eventually I did after a little bit of nudging from both my wife and the doctor's office. And I'm glad I did, because as the urologist in the hospital told me, he's glad I came in when I did, because it could have turned into something a little bit more serious. So if you're a week post-op and you're still having chills and you're still having a fever, that's important. My fever grew to 101 and then it went to 101.4, which let me know I needed to get to the emergency room. If that is still going on, go get yourself checked out. Again, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this will help somebody, and I'm hoping it'll eventually help me, because as I said before, my psyche has taken a hit. I'm usually pretty positive, pretty upbeat, but this extra stuff has kind of brought me down just a tad. So definitely would enjoy your prayers. And if you're going through a similar situation, I would definitely love to pray for you. Again, let me know under one of my videos and I'll try my best to get in contact with you. Thank you.